Hey,
Hi,
how are
how
you
you
doing?
doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Good. I'm doing well. Thank you for joining.
No
And
problem.
how's your year been?
It's been pretty busy actually. I have a lot of catering events and a lot of business with foods with my classes in food science.
Okay.
So it's been pretty busy.
Good. That's fun.
Hmm.
Well, it's busy is better than not busy, right?
Yes. The busier the better.
Well, great. Well, I will let me just see real quickly if I have any others. I know we've got one other student joining us. Amelia, thank you for the question. I will add it to the list so that we can get that question answered for you. Um, okay. Awesome. Well, I mean, if you want to, we can get started. Thank
Yeah.
you all for joining today. My name's Katie. I'm the digital marketing and social media coordinator for Sci. You also in here is Michaela, our vice president of enrollment services, and a few other Sci alumni. I'm sure alumni and staff that will probably be popping in. Today's theme for this little alumni panel is just mastering studying abroad and specific key tips for a successful term abroad. So today we are joined by two of our Sci alumni. We have Javian and Alyssa. Alyssa is she'll pop in here shortly.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, other than that, our and both of these alumni are our Sci ambassadors, and those ambassadors are a carefully selected group of alumni who just recently studied with Sci, and it provides all of our alumni with the opportunity to share their own study abroad experiences with all of our prospective students, while also building their own knowledge of international education. So, can't I'll hand it right over to you. Tell me a little bit about the program that you studied.
Hey everyone, my name is Javian Hughes. I study here at the University of Mississippi. I studied food and cuisine in Florence, Italy. I did the summer program of last year, 2025. It was a really nice program. I got a lot of business connections there, and I met a lot of people the time that I was there as well.
Incredible. Alyssa, I saw you just popped in. If you're able to chat, you're more than welcome to send in the little request button and I can add you. Okay, awesome. Let me see. Uh, Okay, incredible. Well, other than that, I am also a Sci alumni. For everyone who wants to know, I studied in spring 2017 with the in Florence with the Florence team. So it's been a minute since I studied abroad, but I still hold that program well into my heart. Hi, Alyssa. Welcome.
Hey,
Hi.
That's okay. It happens.
Yeah, no, I was sitting here waiting. I was just confused on how to like actually
No,
get
yeah.
on.
it's difficult.
Sorry.
Incredible. Well, can you tell me a little bit about your program that you studied with us for?
Yes, so I did it through like I go to Ole Miss, so I did through Ole Miss. I was there for 6 weeks over the summer. I was there like end of May till or mid-May till like late June. I stayed in Florence, Italy, and I took a like food and culture class and then a wine tasting class while I was there. But
Incredible.
it was amazing.
Um, awesome. I love it. Yeah, I took many different varieties of classes as well, so it's such a fun
Hmm.
program across the board. Okay, awesome. Well, feel free if for all of our students that are in, if you have any questions, feel free to submit anything. But for both of you guys, can you give some like three tips for thriving abroad in about 60 seconds or so?
You want to go first?
Yeah, I can go first.
Okay.
I would say like planning ahead, like if you do plan on doing like trips and stuff like that, because obviously that was my first time like ever being out of the country. So planning ahead. Don't wait till the last minute because I mean, stuff always happens and changes so quickly there, and you're like, I mean, you're by yourself, but there are people there to like help you and everything. Um, and then like classes, I'd make sure like you just need to
Hmm.
show up to class, actually pay attention in class. The people in my classes that were struggling were the ones that like weren't showing up and like weren't listening. Like you still need to go to class. These are real classes. What else? Oh, and I would just try, like, definitely try new things. Like, don't stay in like your own little bubble. You are in a completely
Hmm.
different environment. So definitely like, getting out, trying new foods, meeting new people. Just it's a very cool experience, and you want to take full advantage of that.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I want to say, just adding on to that, like, I feel like um, being yourself as well, like just having a good time when you get there. Try to learn some of their languages and things like that, their culture, and try to integrate it with yours, and just learn a little bit more, just so you guys can connect on a deeper level. And food, especially, like don't be shy. I know some people are picky eaters and stuff like that, but just don't be shy on trying different foods because you may try something that you may like, and something that you might want to bring back.
Hmm.
Um, and I also say just make sure that you are prioritizing time, making sure you're being there on time. I know my group I had all girls in my group and I was the only male. And we just tried to make sure that we prioritize time a lot. But overall, just
Hmm.
making sure you're staying on top of that and being yourself and learning new things about their culture.
Love. Absolutely. Okay, incredible. Did you guys have any specific pre-departure nerves, worries, just quickly about the whole process? I know it can be very difficult, above the, just ahead the term and travel time.
I feel like pre-departure, I feel like just making sure I made sure I was kind of a little last minute on mine, just a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
just simply because I went right after graduation. I graduated last May, and I went that Sunday of after graduation.
Oh, that's quick.
So I just had a lot of stuff going on at that time, but making sure that I just had a lot of things that I felt comfortable with that made me feel like I was at home, knowing that I would be gone
Mhm.
for a certain amount of time, like bringing things that would remind you of home. Like some people get homesick. Um, so just bringing essentials and things like that, like fans, because it was warmer over there during that time. Just stuff to make you feel like comfortable while you're going to
Yeah,
be there.
Yeah.
absolutely.
I would say like I was nervous just because I had never been out of the country. I've like always kind of stayed like in my own like little area, and I haven't like ventured out too much. So I was more so like scared, like, am I gonna be able to like interact with people over there? Like, am
Hmm.
I gonna like, like, am I gonna be
Hmm.
safe over there? Like all those types of things. And
Hmm.
I mean, I had no issue. Like everybody I met the entire time over there, like people that live there, like the students, all that, everybody was super nice. And like you definitely do have to try to adjust to their ways. Like don't like like you said, like you have to actually get out there and like make an effort. And if
Hmm.
you do make an effort, they can tell, and they're like everybody's way nicer if you're trying hard to like integrate yourself into their
Yeah,
lifestyle. But
Yeah,
it
absolutely.
for
I
sure.
just didn't really know what to expect, and also like traveling that far, like that is definitely stressful, but I would say once you get there, just try to meet new people, and people like
Mhm.
everybody that was there was excited to meet new people, so it
Hmm.
was not hard. Like I went with a big group of my friends, but we met so many other people that I still talk to. Actually, like one of my close friends now, I met studying abroad, so it's been really cool.
I love it. I love it. Yeah. And then kind of along that line of just wanting to make sure that you do have those solid connections from people. Do you guys have any other like general advice about how to make friends? And I know I studied abroad by myself. I didn't know anyone in my program when I studied abroad. So um, that was something that was concerning to myself, but I'm not sure if that was of concern to you guys slash what you guys overcame for that.
I would say like my group. I didn't know anyone in my group prior to going. Well, I knew one person, and I think it's because we took like a few classes like um on campus together.
Hmm.
But for as far as everyone else, I think we had 13 people in our class. I didn't know anyone, but I feel like it's a great opportunity to work on your networking.
Hmm.
Like I said, she became friends. You can, I have friends from that program that we're still friends today. We go out to eat all the time, and we're real close friends. They support my business and everything, and I feel like it's just a great opportunity for you to get a chance to be more network oriented and learn
Sure.
more about people. And also another thing too, with the classes that you take, make sure that you're getting to know those people as well, because those people are connections that you wouldn't think that they would be connections, but just because they're your classes. But a lot of those people I follow on Instagram from Italy, from
Hmm.
Florence, Italy, some of those businesses, and they support my business. And that's one of the biggest things that I have coming up. In a few months, I'm supposed to be collaborating with one of those businesses in Italy when I go back. So just be open to networking because you never know what opportunities you may miss if you don't network.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Um, yeah. Did you have anything else to say? I'm so sorry.
No, you're good.
Okay.
I mean, I would say just like in classes and stuff, like just be willing to talk.
Yeah.
Like you have to want to talk to people. Like you just can't like cut yourself off. Everybody is nice that I met. Everybody is really nice. Everybody was willing to talk, but you also have to like put yourself out there a little bit. You can't like
Hmm.
stay closed off. So I think that's pretty much it.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Well, then going into the classes and academic portion of studying abroad, what was the biggest adjustment that you guys went into compared to being at your home university?
I would say like well, all my teachers like were from Italy, so they definitely had like an accent and like they like it's kind of funny. My one teacher, we were talking about food and she didn't know like the English term for chicken. So she was trying to explain to us like what word she was wanting to say. And so like that was a little bit like confusing at times, like trying to
Hmm.
understand them. Um, and then I would say like all my exams were like on paper, like handwritten exams, like essay questions. I feel like
Hmm.
that's pretty different compared to how a lot of my classes are here. But I mean, it was all very doable. I mean, I had to study for my exams for sure. There's a lot of
Hmm.
terms like I didn't know and I had to look back over, but it was
Yeah.
definitely doable. It was not too bad.
And I would say the biggest academic change was kind of like the traveling aspect. Some of those
Hmm.
classes were a little bit further out. Some of those visits that we went on were a little bit further out. So Um, just kind of looking at Florence, Italy as like a big old miss, like you're just walking campus. But it's in
That's actually
different
very
areas.
accurate.
So it was, I think that was the fun part about it. It was kind of like an adventure every day, like knowing that you had a class somewhere else or you had to meet at a
Yeah.
different place every day. That was the coolest part to me, I feel.
Yeah, absolutely. It's definitely fun to be able to see, experience life on a city campus when you aren't used to a city campus.
Hmm.
And then, kind of realize, oh no, the city is my campus instead of
Hmm.
just like walking around school.
Yes.
I had the same experience, going from, one classroom that is where the cooking classes were to a completely different section,
Right.
and then field trips on top of that. So I completely understand. But did you guys, along the lines of being in a city campus and stuff, how did you guys make sure that you felt safe and comfortable in your new environments?
Um, I feel like I
Or
have to
did you
be
automatically?
okay. So with my specific group, with it being
Hmm.
all girls, like I feel like I was on, like I had to be aware all times because I have siblings and stuff like that too, and I have little sisters, and I kind of was watching out for them, like kind of the whole time that we were there. We did experience, like I feel like just making sure you're paying attention to those surroundings because We did talk about pickpocketing and things like that. You have to be on the watch for that. We did witness one time where someone got pickpocketed. Luckily it wasn't our group. But it's just paying attention thing. You have to make sure that you're paying attention to your
Hmm.
surroundings and things like that, and being aware that you are in a different environment. Although you are having fun, you just have to be aware, self-aware.
Yeah, I
Absolutely.
mean, I pretty much same thing. Like always, my dad always says, keep your head on a swivel,
Hmm.
and just like being aware, like where you are and paying attention. Don't just be like locked in on like one thing. And if you are carrying around a purse, because like my parents gave me like fanny packs and stuff to like wear like that. But I mean, like I found like super cute like purses there at the leather market, so like I wouldn't know where my cute purses. But like I had it like wrapped around me, and then like I'd always keep my purse in front of me. Don't like set anything down. Just being very aware, being smart. Don't walk down that dark alley. Like stay in groups and don't do stuff by yourself, especially
Hmm.
at night. During the day, I don't. Not that I'm telling anybody to go off like by yourself, but I feel like during the day you can kind of go off in like a little bit smaller groups, like you and one
Yeah.
other person. But at night, I definitely say like staying in bigger groups, and like when you're walking around, don't be like looking down to your phone, and like don't like try to stand out like a tourist. Like definitely like do your own thing, whatever, but like you still want to like blend in a little bit. You don't want to be like, oh, like that's a tourist for sure, even though I
Hmm.
know we definitely do stand out, but like just
Well,
definitely being
yeah,
aware.
and on top of that, this summer it's peak tourist season, so
Yeah.
there's so
Yes.
many new people that are going to be there from around the world, so all
Yeah.
over the different locations. So it's very easy to kind of get lost in that as well.
Hmm. Yeah.
Incredible. Well, just to flash forward to now, looking back at your time, what's a piece of advice that you wished you received before you went abroad?
Mm. I mean, definitely live in the moment. I honestly, like, I'm not very much like a phone person. Like, I'm really not on my phone that often. Like, I try to live in the moment. And honestly, now I wish I would take in so many more pictures and like all these things where I was like, oh my gosh, like, there's no way I'm gonna be able to, like, I'm gonna forget this or forget this feeling. I almost wish I would have like documented, like, oh, like take it, like almost like take vlogs. Like, I really do wish
Hmm.
I would have taken like vlogs and stuff like that and been like, oh, this is how I'm feeling in this moment. Take pictures. I mean, stupid stuff like like pictures of that, like anything. Just definitely like documenting your time there because it goes
Hmm.
by so fast, and then you get home
Mhm.
and it seriously, like it feels like I was never there. Like it. I don't know. It's like the weirdest feeling ever. I want
Yeah.
to go back so bad.
And I want to add on to that. Like, I think that is one of the biggest things. Just vlogging a little bit more and just
Mhm.
catching that experience for people who are at home that you know that probably won't be able to go or who can't
Yeah.
go. They love to see those things when you're coming back. I feel like I did bring souvenirs, but I feel like I probably should have brought a little bit more souvenirs back, just just for my trip, like just to have and to show. Um, and bring things for people who you know just won't probably be able to make it that way.
Mhm.
It just gives them an experience, whether it's something small or big, just to see that you were having a good time and that you thought of them while you were doing that.
Mhm. Yeah, absolutely. I know I'm aging myself, but vlogging wasn't exactly a thing that everyone did when I studied abroad. It's crazy how quickly things come up. But uh, I I took a bunch of photos, but I also made sure that whenever I traveled or anything, I definitely took I got a postcard in each location, and then I basically wrote down, I journaled on the back of the postcard to make sure, like, see, oh, this is what I did when I was in this location and stuff like that. So that's also another great way if you're not photo or video savvy.
Yeah.
So similarly with that, did you guys travel on the weekends? And if so, how far in advance should you plan to travel or
I
plan out those
traveled.
trips?
I traveled like every single weekend. I think there's only one weekend. I think it's my last weekend I stayed in Florence. But I mean, there were some trips we planned it. Well, one of the trips we planned like a month in advance. That one
Mhm.
obviously went the most smooth. And then there was some we planned like 2 days in advance, which it's doable. It's definitely doable, but gets a little hectic. It's definitely crazy. Like, there were like the boycotts going on in Pisa, like through the train
Mhm.
station.
Hmm.
And so we got some of our tickets in advance, but we couldn't drive through Pisa. So our tickets ended up getting like canceled.
Mhm.
And so I would definitely say like look at the news, see like I mean stuff is always going on. So like looking and seeing like what's going on like around you, like even through your stops where you're gonna go. But I would definitely recommend like traveling. Everything is a lot closer than what you think it is.
Mhm.
I honestly didn't realize that before I went. There's so many cool places you can see in like an hour or two. And like taking the train is very, very helpful and you don't have to worry. Like it's cheap to travel by train. You can do lots of day trips. Like we went to Rome. We did end up going to Pisa, but yeah, it was good.
Yeah, I would say definitely plan ahead. It's just the safest route. I know we were trying to like some of the groups they wanted to do some stuff on the weekends where we wanted to take quick trips to Rome and things like that, and we were trying to go like by train. And the train system there is kind of just a tad bit confusing, but you just have to make sure it's something that you have to prepare for, I feel like. So preparing for it early would just help you out a little bit more when
Mhm.
it comes to those things. Um, and I think that's pretty much all I have to say about
Okay.
that.
Well, then we will get into some questions asked by students for the last couple of minutes. So one of them said, I'm currently doing my best to learn as much of the language of my host city as I can. How much do you guys know that she thinks that they will have to rely on her own language abilities while abroad and also in class?
I I tried as much as I could to learn. I'm not gonna lie, I'm horrible at learning languages. Like Spanish in high school did not do well. So I definitely tried to learn, but it wasn't I would say just like really the basic words. And
Mhm.
we went to Cinque Terre one weekend, and the town we stayed in, nobody spoke English. So like
Mhm.
you can also use like the translator app. We use that quite a bit if we couldn't get our point across, like if we needed something. But just I would say knowing like the basic terms. I mean, definitely helps to know as much as you can, but don't
Mhm.
stress about like learning this entire language when you can I would say just knowing like the basic terms and
Hmm.
just simple stuff like
Mhm.
that.
Yeah, I feel like the basic terms would go a long way with greeting, especially coming in. I
Mhm.
know most times most people would know that you aren't fully capable of knowing their language or you don't know their language all the way, and they'll try to help you out the best way they can as well. And sometimes they'll have a translator, and you can use your translator as well. I know a few
Mhm.
food places that I went to didn't speak English at all, but we helped each other out in the best sense. Paper, I know was paper and pen was a really good thing that I used that helped me communicate too. Just
Mhm.
writing down what I wanted, that helped out a lot as well with them.
Yeah. And I will add for myself,
Hmm.
I had a unique experience of being an Italian minor before studying abroad in Italy. And this, on the polar opposite end of that, I tried to speak and they immediately clocked that I was American and spoke English to me. So for the most part, in every major location, they're going to speak English. All the classes are in English. So unless you're in the language program, other than that, I think that you guys are going to be fine.
Hmm. For sure.
Okay, and then what is, or do you guys have any advice for getting over the initial hurdle of being and fear of being in a new country all completely on your own? The student wants to make the most of her experience but doesn't want the feelings of unfamiliarity to stop them from making the most of their time.
Honestly, like staying busy. If you just like lock yourself like in your like apartment or whatever and you just
Mm-hmm.
stay there and you're just like constantly thinking about it.
Hmm.
One of my friends kind of started getting homesick because she was doing that, and we finally told her like, no, we're gonna go out, we're gonna do this,
Mm-hmm.
we're gonna go see this wine window, we're gonna go get like gelato over here. Like we once we like started making plans and like making efforts like get out and do things and meet people, then like she really had no issue. But I would say like in the beginning you do just kind of have to stay busy. I mean, make sure you're
Mm-hmm.
taking care of yourself and you're getting sleep and being rested, but like don't stay like don't stay in like your house the entire time, like
Hmm.
getting out and moving around for sure.
Yeah, I would definitely say there's gonna be plenty of things to do, like and plenty of things to feel a little familiar, like, and there's just so many things to do, like different coffee shops everywhere, where you can try different foods and things like that, pastries and things like that. So I feel like just don't stay in one spot, because that'll make you more homesick. I feel like being
Mhm.
just scared to go out, it's you're gonna be. I feel like you're gonna do great. Like you're gonna feel comfortable. I remember one day I wore like an Ole Miss T-shirt to the Michelangelo, and there were so many other Ole Miss students or people who knew
Mhm.
what Ole Miss was, that that I wasn't aware of, that were there, and all I just kept hearing was "hotty toddy" the entire
Hey.
time I was at the Michelangelo. But it just made me feel like I was at home. So I just feel
Mhm.
like just make sure that you just take it as a place away from home. Like even though we went there, just to visit or just for a trip or for studying abroad, make it like it's your home.
And it
Yeah.
really does start to feel like home after
Hmm.
being there. Like, I mean,
You don't
three
want
to
to go
four days,
home.
it felt like home. It really did. Like we already had like our own routines and
Hmm.
everything, and it does. It ends
Good.
up feeling like home.
Yeah.
Good. That's great. Yeah, I also just want to don't get off your phone. Stop looking back at things of what people are doing back at home
Hmm.
and just kind of focus on what you get to do with the opportunity that you've been in. So just one more question. This is more so about housing, and about being in an actual living there, rather than just traveling and getting to experience all the fun things. Um, what is provided within your housing? Laundry, hair tools, shower systems? Do you bring your own specific like towels, things like that? What kind of stuff did you guys experience?
Um,
Um.
there was a there was a blow dryer there, and okay, our plugs were different, and so we had to get
Mhm.
like adapters and everything. That honestly, I would not bring hair stuff the next time. Like next time I go back, like I'm not bringing any hair tools. It's honestly complicated to try to get them all converted and everything. But yeah, we were given like clean towels. We had laundry there. We had to go and buy like laundry detergent. There's towels. Halfway through, like we could wash our sheets, but then they also brought us a new set of sheets. Yeah, we had obviously like our shower, our own shower. I mean, yeah, like all the essentials. There was like in our kitchen, obviously we had all like the kitchenware and everything like that.
Mhm.
There was like some leftover like seasonings and stuff left in the cabinets, so it was like very livable. Like when we got there, there wasn't much we had to like buy or anything like that going
Mhm.
into it.
And I would say, as far as my experience, there were fresh towels already there.
Mhm.
When I got there, we had a full kitchen with everything in there. The only thing we had to go buy is like things from the market. You have plenty of markets to go to while you're there, and everything is pretty decent priced. Everything is really good priced. So you can get a lot of different things to just stock up your pantry or stock up the
Mhm.
refrigerator while you're there. I think we had a hair dryer there as well, full bath and shower.
Mhm.
And like I said, I always bring towels with me, but I didn't even need to bring towels because they had plenty
Mhm.
of towels. Um, but yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
it's
if
pretty.
you're
It felt pretty
particular
at
about
home.
something, just
Hmm.
bring your own, you know.
Yeah.
My roommates and I, we did not have a hair dryer when we got to our apartment. Um, but there was four of us. We just went down to a little shop and bought a hair dryer, and then we all split it. And after that, we just sold it right back to the shop, and they were willing to take it for us. So, um, I think we sold it to them for 50% of what we
Yeah.
what we bought it for. But we had a hair dryer that we could use. Mind you, we were also there for a full semester. But yeah, so thank you guys for that. I really appreciate
Hmm.
it. And that seems to be all the other questions. Unless anybody in the chat has specific questions, I'll leave it up for a second. Feel free to comment any questions below. Or if you have any other specific questions, you are more than welcome to send a message over. You can send it here on Instagram. You can also reach out to our admissions team to answer those questions. If you have a question about your specific program that you would like to ask one of our alumni, you can also reach out to us and we'll put you in touch with those
Hmm.
alumni. So yeah, thank you all for joining us today.
No problem.
Thank you to our alumni for joining in and giving their opinions and offering their experience and such incredible, wonderful information. And then, of course, feel free to. Did you take Euros with you prior to landing, prior to
That's a
arriving?
good question.
I know
Um,
Um,
I did.
yeah, I did. I had like some big bills and then like some small bills.
yeah, I
Um,
converted at the
Mhm.
airport.
yeah, you can convert them at the airport, but definitely start out
Yeah.
with like a little bit.
And
And then
then when I
there's
traveled, if they didn't have Euro,
mhm,
if I had whatever was left over, I just tried to
yeah,
spend it in the airport.
yeah, and then yeah,
Grab an
it's
extra
plenty of
snack.
ATMs too
Yeah.
that'll allow you to
Mhm.
get euros in the city as well.
Hmm.
Yeah, absolutely. Incredible. Well, yeah, thank you. If anyone else has any questions, feel free to send a message over to us, or you can always email admissions@sciprograms.com. Other than that, thank you guys so much. And we have this same chat with a few other alumni happening this afternoon at 3 p.m. Pacific, which is 5 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Eastern. So we will see you guys again soon.
All right.
Thank
Hope
you
y'all have a
guys.
nice trip.
Have a great rest of your day.
Y'all too.
Bye.